stopped it.
Then whatever, restart it.
It started.
What's up, boys and girls? It's your favorite NASCAR driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr. here, aka Derek, along with my director, Candy, also known as JJ Abrams. A few days ago, I put a feeler as far as topics that you wanted to hear about or learn a little bit more about, and I think the best one to start with would be training split and how to set up a training split to fit your needs and goals throughout the week. Keep in mind that this is all going to be individual based on your personal weak points, your needs, your goals. To help kind of put this into context, I'm going to talk about my training split. That way you can kind of correlate it to what you need to fit in. But my goals are obviously physique based, hypertrophy, maintaining muscle mass. Your split might be different if you're a powerlifter, strongman, general health and wellness. So this will be more bodybuilding based. The biggest thing I've learned over the years has been rest. I used to train 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row and wasn't giving my body rest. And as you may or may not know, resting is when you grow. Like, you break down muscle in the gym, but you recover and build the muscle outside the gym. So when you're working out 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days because you love being in the gym, your body's not really getting back to where it needs to be as far as recovery goes. So keep that in mind as far as when you're designing your split. I found for me personally, 4 to 5 days per week is a pretty good number to where I can really kill myself and still have plenty of off days to recover. For certain people, for certain goals, you may be able to do 5 or 6, especially as getting closer to the end of a diet or you're trying to get more activity in. But a general recommendation is start at 4 or 5 days and gauge your recovery. Muscle soreness, hunger. If you start getting irritable, it's kind of a sign that you're not really recovering. If you're losing your appetite, you're not really recovering. If you're losing motivation for no reason, you're probably not recovering. So as far as general workout split goes, you need to lay out what your weak points are and kind of, unless you need just general size overall, you should always add a little bit of a focus on at least one weak point, so that way you're not just building a bigger imbalanced physique. So for me, Austin and I determined my weak points would be my shoulders, as far as overall roundness, thickness. Our arms could always be a little bigger, but couldn't all of ours. And then probably more quad sweep. So I found out 4 days a week's best for me. So I know I want to give some extra focus to arms, shoulders, and legs. So I lay out my base days. I kind of follow push-pull legs as far as my base. What's this car doing? Don't mind me, I'm driving home from Austin's, and people drive like idiots. So you might get some free entertainment via that. Anyway, so I start with push. It's one of my longer workouts just because I hit so many body parts in that push workout. So push is chest, shoulders, triceps. Your pull will be back and biceps. Your legs are your lower body, obviously. And my 4th day is more of a weak point day where I do shoulders and arms again. But in all reality, I'm hitting arms and shoulders 3 days a week total, but very few sets per workout. So I'm hitting it more frequently, but the total number of sets throughout the week will be roughly the same as if you're hitting just one big day a week. But a good place to start would be a push-pull leg focus split, and on your 4th day, you can kind of hammer some weak points or a part you really want to work on. So in order to get the extra arm and shoulder and leg work, I'm adding an extra exercise to certain days in order to get more frequency throughout the week. So Mondays are my push day, but you gotta do chest on Mondays. It's a rule. If you don't, you shrink. So I lay out, I do chest, I do my shoulders, I do my tris, which are the 3 main push muscles. But then to get some extra bicep work in, I will do 1 bicep exercise for 1 or 2 sets. Something that you feel really well, something that you connect with, a machine or a free weight that you can just really lock in and hammer. I like on these extra sets through the week for these weak body parts to keep the reps higher, get some blood flow in, go for more of a pump. If you watch my videos at all, I kind of completely destroy my body on my main heavy exercises. So since this is an extra bicep exercise, I like single arm preacher curl machines. I tried doing it double arm for a while, but the machine just wasn't made for that for me. I'm a little bit long armed. So I found doing single arm really lets me hammer in and just grind up. I do about 30 reps, one set of 30 reps, and it sucks. It burns like if you had chlamydia. Like it's terrible. So I do my chest exercise. I do two top sets of my main exercise, then one big blood flow set of another exercise. So I do incline barbell at the moment. 2 heavy top sets, then pec deck. I'll do just 1 high rep drop set or 4 reps if I have a partner. Triceps, I do 2 exercises that I really focus with, that I can feel. Not super hardcore exercises. One's a straight bar press down because I can go pretty heavy on those, still feel my triceps and really progress on those. And then a second one is I think it's technically called a teardrop strap. It has like multiple hand holes. It's a leather strap. I'll try and get a video of it one of these days. I call it the sex toy because it looks like a freaky sex toy. It's leather with fuzz and fur, and it's like you can have some fun with it. I don't know. I'm Catholic and I read the Bible. So I do my main exercises, and then it's time for the extra body part. Throw in the bicep. It's 1 set of 30 after a quick little warm up primer set, and then I do abs and core. That's my push day. Take a day off. We got pull day on Wednesday, so I do my back exercises, which are 2 sets of T-bar with chest supported rows. I will do 2 bicep exercises, which at the moment is an incline dumbbell supinated curl. Just 1 heavy progressive set, 15-20 reps. And then to get some more shoulder and tricep work in, I throw in 1 exercise of each. And for those, for shoulders, I just recently switched to like a 1 big rest pause set of dumbbell side raises. Those are the best exercises I can feel. Basically, I have a rep goal on those. I find if I go too heavy, I don't feel as much, and I don't want to do too much of an intensity technique because I'm just burning myself out because I'm hitting shoulders basically every other day. So dumbbell side raises, I kind of aim for 30 on the first portion, rest about 20 seconds, aim for about 15, rest about 30 seconds, and then 10, rest 5. So I'm hitting 15, 30, about 50 reps. And to progress on those, instead of increasing the weight over and over and over again, I want to try and get those 50 reps in fewer sets. And then once I can get it in 2 sets, 1 set, then I'll go up to 5-pound dumbbells. So go from 25s, 30s, whatever. And for triceps on my pull day, I throw in like another press downs. Press downs just feel really good for me. They don't fry out my elbows. So I do like a kind of a triangle bar, but it's really thick. So I don't know, it's easier on my joints, different variation. And just like biceps, I do 1 set of 30, make it burn really bad, cry a little bit, curl up in the fetal position. And then core and abs, and that's my pull day. And then Friday, so off Thursday, Friday will be my shoulders and arm workout, where I do 1 like major heavy shoulder press. So I don't do any heavy shoulder presses on my push day. And then I do a shoulder circuit and an arm circuit just to build up lactic acid, different stimulus than just going balls deep heavy. But this is just as bad, if not worse, than doing heavy sets. Again, it burns really bad because I'm doing 4 exercises for each, all around 15, 20 reps. So I'm getting extra work in on those. Oh shit. On my pull day, I also do a set of quads to really squeeze the quads, get some blood flow in there. This is more of a capillary density technique. Build up capillary density, get more nutrients to my quads, because I really kill my legs once a week on Sundays usually. So pull day, at the very end of the day, I'll do 1 set of 75 leg extensions. And that set of 75 is non-stop. No resting, no breaks. Just 75, keep moving the fucking weight until you're hit 75, even if it's some partials at the end. And then each time I get 75 without stopping with all full range of motion reps, that's when I add 5 pounds. So you can still progress on all these bonus exercises, just different ways than your main hardcore, super heavy 6 to 8 range progression sets. So to reiterate, push day, I do chest, shoulders, tries, and then a set of biceps. Pull day is back bis, set of tries, set of shoulders, set of quads. So I'm just really adding in a set here and there, but over the course of the week that adds up. And my arm shoulder weak point day is 1 heavy exercise, of shoulders, then shoulder circuit to get some blood flow, arm circuit, get to some blood flow. If I can hit the top end of my rep range in all my circuits, then I increase weight a little bit. And then my lower body day is on Sundays after a day off. And you see most of my leg day videos down at the bar in Austin or even at my home gym. We do maybe 3 exercises that are super hardcore, heavy, intense. So like I said at the beginning, your personal workout split is going to be based on your recovery ability, your weak points, and a lesser important thing, but it does help. People might disagree with me, is you gotta set up so you enjoy it, because if you enjoy it, you're gonna push yourself more. To be honest, I love working out, but I don't enjoy the pain. I enjoy the progress, I enjoy the process. But everyone asks me, "Wow, you love working out?" I'm like, no, I fucking hate it. Deep down, I love it, but I'm gonna complain about it every minute of the day. That's the fun point. But, so let's say your weak point are legs. So you're gonna do push-pull legs, but instead of a shoulder and arm day, you're gonna do a 4th workout day of legs. And maybe if you wanna focus more on quads or hamstring that day, you can, depending on what your weak point is. My hamstrings are pretty well developed, pretty strong. So if I were to do 2 leg days, it'd be more of a quad focus, because I get really narrow in the quads as I prep. I lose that sweep, I lose my adductors. So I know I'm still a little under 9 weeks out. I'm already starting to lay out what I want to do for my off season, because that's what you do. Is you think about the opposite of what you're currently doing. When you're off season, you can't wait to prep, and you're prepping, you can't wait for the off season. So, as another example, when I start my off season, I really want to get my quads as big as I can. Because I lost them during my first show, and I've never really gotten them back between knee injuries, hip tightness. I didn't train very hard for a while, and then I just found another gear, been training with Austin, and I'm starting to really get them back, and I hope it shows up on stage this time. If not, it will definitely next time. So for next off season, for leg focus, I'll do a push-pull legs with another leg day thrown in somewhere where it's not too close to the other leg days. But again, this is all individualized. This is a definite recommendation. This is all, you gotta fit it to your personal goals, like everything. But here's what I'm passionate about, I get irritated about, is whatever you do, fucking stick with it. You gotta stick with it. You can't change it up every 3 weeks trying to find the perfect program. Because guess what? You're not gonna progress. You need the progression, you need the overload, you need all that. Stop pushing out because you see some influencer on the fucking internet say, this is the best workout program, do this. But they have no idea what your abilities are, what your recovery is like, what your diet's like, what your weak points are. They're just trying to get views and followers and likes so they can make money without any care in the world about your well-being. So what you need to do when you're developing your workout split, your frequency, your recovery, is sit down with yourself, look at pictures. If you have a coach, talk with the coach, as he or she should be helping you with this anyways. But if you don't have a coach, be real with yourself. Figure out what you want to work on, what you're weak at, what you want to bring up, what's going to help you be a better competitor, a better whatever you do. But whatever you do, stick with it and put everything you have into it. Because if you don't put everything you have into it, you're not going to get better. And that's what I tell people all the time, and they're always looking for the perfect split. I made a posting list the other week where I'd rather you have a split that isn't perfect, but you give 110% the entire time you do it, because you're still going to progress. Even if it's not absolutely perfect, you're going to progress because you're putting in all the effort you have into it. And that's what the name of the game is. No matter what you're doing, recover 100%, train 100%, stick to your diet 100%. It's simple, but it's not simple. How do I say this without being a dick? Like, don't do fancy foo-foo shit. Don't do it because you saw fucking Phil Heath or Ronnie Coleman or what. You're not them. It's gotta be what to you. And like I tell people, my workout split, my routine all the time, and I get made fun of because it's not what you read in the magazines or on the internet or what the Instagrammers are doing. It's basic. It's basic. It's effective. It allows me to put everything I have in my workouts. And people can't believe I only do 2 exercises for a body part in a workout. You see people in the gym doing 5, 6, 7 chest exercises. Why? There's no point. After the first 2 or 3, you should be fried. Yes, there's a time and a place to do higher volume. Certain populations need a certain volume, but under all that, there's got to be progression somewhere. And the best way to progress is progressive overload, better form, more tension, more weight, shorter rest periods. Like, there's many ways to progress. but you gotta progress. So when you sit down to lay out your routine, the number one bullet point should be intensity. Love what you do. Just fucking do it. Send it. Do whatever you need to do. I give advice to people at the gym all the time, and they love it. And 3 weeks later, I see them doing something else. I'm like, what's going on, guys? They're like, well, I saw the scientific program on bodybuilding.com. It's like, but you just started this layout. Yeah, I was doing it, but I think this is going to fit me better. And then 2 weeks later, they're doing something else. And 2 weeks later, they're doing something else. They're swapping rotations to confuse the body. Their exercise changes weekly to confuse the body. The body doesn't know what the fuck exercise you're doing. It knows tension. It knows contractions. It knows... It just knows what it feels. It doesn't know if you're getting quad tension from a leg press or a squat. Some people aren't built to squat. Some people aren't built for leg presses. Maybe you don't have a good leg press. Maybe you feel your quads best doing hardcore leg extensions. Our workout today, our quad exercise was sissy squats. And that's how we did for quads besides a few warm-up sets. It was just one balls deep set of sissy squats where you fall over in the machine. It's not hardcore. It's not a squat to the death. It's not a leg press to the death where you're stuck in the machine. But I guarantee it's more effective because you gave your all in it. So yeah, be real with yourself. Intensity, passion, love it, do it, stick with it, progress with it. And then once you get the intensity and progression and all that down, then you can kind of expand a little bit and maybe, oh hey, I need a 5th day because I recover very well and I want to get one more day of weak points. Or you have so many weak points that you really want to focus on something else so you can get the 5th day in. But again, if you're not pushing yourself, it doesn't matter what you do in the gym because you're going to be the same because you're doing the same as you were 5 years ago. That's kind of my little soapbox as far as people in the gym not really doing shit. JJ Abrams, you got anything to add?
Maximum effort.
It's all maximum effort. It's all it is. You go balls deep in the gym, something's going to happen as long as you're eating and recovering. Like, you go from doing leg extensions with 130 pounds for 10 reps to 220 pounds for 30 reps. Your quads are going to be bigger. I don't care if it's not a hardcore exercise or not. Your tension increased, your weight increased. As long as you keep this, don't sacrifice form for anything. Better form week to week is still progression. Less rest periods is still progression. There's other ways to progress than just loading the weight, but loading the weight is kind of the easiest trackable figure. But whatever, I could go on for hours and hours about dumb shit people do because they don't want to stick to a certain routine because so-and-so said this is better, or they just don't want to put in the work. Like, everyone tries to avoid the hard work. Hard work's 75% of it. If you don't work hard in anything, you're not going to get what you want out of it. If you can only work out 2 or 3 days a week, do an upper-lower split, and give everything you have, I bet you still progress. Is it the most optimal? No. That's what you got to do, and you're still progressing. So there's still going to be progress. So if you have any more questions as far as me kind of helping you lay out your own personal split, or deeper questions that branch off what I said, shoot me a DM, shoot me a message. Believe it or not, I'm pretty helpful. I look like a dick, but I'm really not. I do like to help. I love helping. I want people to reach their potential. I want people to do the best they can. I want people to feel the joy and happiness of reaching goals and not stagnate, not kind of scurry around, not knowing what they're doing and not making progress, and then getting discouraged and quitting. So, I think I covered just about everything I can. What do you think?
I think so.
All right. Well, just DM me if you have more questions. I'll do my best to help you out. I've gotten a lot of help over the years, so